guys, it's Gabby, and today I'm going to be reviewing More Happy Than Not by Adam Silvera. I'm very excited to get into all my thoughts and feels for this book, so let's get started. The biggest reason why I wanted to get this video up today is because the author of More Happy Than Not, Adam Silvera, turns 26 today, and so I wanted to give him a little birthday message before I get into some of my thoughts for this book. So, happy birthday, Adam. I hope you have an absolutely amazing day and that 26 treats you well. I absolutely love this book. More Happy Than Not is so fantastic, and I'm so sad that I did not get to it sooner because it's such an amazing book. And I'm really excited to see where else you go as an author because so far it seems like you're on the right track. So far from what I've been hearing about your other stories and what they're going to be writing, they sound super interesting to me, and I'm super excited to read them when they come out and just follow you on your journey as an author. So far, like I said, you're pretty much off to a kick-ass start, and I'm just excited to see where you go. So I hope you have an amazing day, and thank you so much for writing this beautiful story that so many of us have come to love, and so many more of us will come to find as the years go on. But I hope you have an amazing day, and thank you for writing this book and making me more happy than not. Now to get into some of my thoughts for this book. Like I said, I absolutely loved this book. It is such a beautiful story, and the amount of emotions that it brings out in you is fantastic. It's just the most emotional book ever because there's points where you feel nostalgic, and then points where you feel really happy, and then points where you feel really sad, and then parts where you feel heartbreak, and then points where you feel this togetherness. It's just all of the emotions that you feel. It's an emotional roller coaster, which is so great about this book because you get to feel things that you never get to feel with any other books, and it's just amazing. And the way the book is written and just the characters and just the whole story itself is just amazing and flawless. And I'm so glad that I picked this book up when I did because I couldn't have imagined waiting any longer to read this book. I think it would have killed me if I had waited any longer because there would have been so much that I missed out on. But I'm very glad that I read this book when I did because it's a beautiful, beautiful story, and if you have not read it yet, I totally recommend it. Now to get into a summary of this book. More Happy Than Not follows 16-year-old Aaron Soto, who is struggling to find happiness after a family accident leaves him sort of empty. And so basically what you find out is in this tragedy, his father committed suicide. And so Adam now is struggling to find happiness after almost trying to attempt suicide himself. And he's slowly struggling and trying to remember what happiness is. But once ever in his life, he finally starts to remember what happiness is. He has a supportive girlfriend, he has all of his friends on his block, and then he has a new best friend, Thomas. But this new best friend starts to bring out these feelings and emotions in him that he never knew that he had. And so when Aaron realizes that he has these feelings, he starts to think that the best option would be to go and get this memory-altering procedure courtesy of the Lateo Institute. And so basically this whole story asks the question, is that what if this means that he's forgetting who he truly is, and what are the consequences of it, and figuring out what it means to be happy. And I just absolutely love this book. It tells such a beautiful story, and one of the things I love about it is that it deals with happiness and finding happiness and being able to accept yourself and who you are and not feeling like this awkward flaw makes you different, accepting it and embracing it and figuring out a way to take it on and be happy with yourself and be able to say, yes, I have this awkward flaw, but I'm me and I'm happy with who I am, and I'm not going to let anybody else try to change that or ruin that for me. And it's just a really beautiful and amazing story, and please, please read it if you haven't because Adam deserves all the support he could possibly get with this book. It's such an amazing story, and if you haven't read it, I don't know what you're doing because it's fantastic. I'm going to get into some spoilers now for the book, so if you have not read More Happy Than Not, I would leave and go pick up the book ASAP because I definitely think that you are going to love it. But like I said, getting into some spoilers, so goodbye non-spoiler people, enjoy the book. So can we talk about what happened in the story? I kind of want to recap because there's a lot of stuff that happens, and it's like an emotional roller coaster, like I said. So basically, what goes down is that Aaron meets Thomas, and then Aaron starts to realize that he is gay and he has these feelings for Thomas, and Thomas is straight, and so obviously that's something that upsets Aaron, and so he starts to become really depressed, and he starts to think that maybe that he should go to the Lateo Institute and try to become straight. And when his friends on the block find out that he is gay, they beat the crap out of him, and he starts to get all of these memories back of this relationship that he had with another guy, Colin. And him and Colin, they had this relationship, and when Aaron's father found out that he was gay, he committed suicide because that was something that he could not handle. And so Aaron runs off to Colin, and Colin basically isn't there. They get like mugged. That's something that happens. They get like beaten up on the train for being gay. And then like Colin runs off and he gets his girlfriend pregnant, and so that kind of happens. And what you find out is that Aaron went to the Teo Institute to get all of his memories repressed, and so he's already been there and done that once, and now all of his memories are unwinding. He's getting back to the same situation of wanting to alter his memories again, but he decides not to. And what you find out is that because he got this procedure, there's this negative effect that now Aaron cannot remember anything. He cannot form new memories. So everything just fades and disappears in a few seconds, and he could easily forget everything. And that's kind of where the book leaves off, is Aaron sort of forgetting all of this stuff and not being able to form new memories, but still trying to remember all those things that happened and trying to accept himself and who he is. And it's just really, really sad. And I just started crying throughout this entire book. And it just, oh my God, it's so sad. And I feel like this character has gone through so much more hell than any other character has in like any story that I could ever imagine. Like, I know authors love to beat the shit out of their characters, but like, this is bad stuff. Like, the amount of crap that this character goes through, like with their father committing suicide and then them attempting suicide and then like getting mugged and then like his friends beating him up and then getting rejected and just then like not being able to remember anything and then going through this whole procedure like once and then wanting to go through it again. Just like, oh my gosh, chill. It's crazy how much crap this character goes through, that especially in a contemporary story where you usually see your characters like go through like one harmful thing and that sort of affects them throughout the rest of the story. But like this, Aaron Soto gets the crap handed to him, and it's just so sad. But I love the book nonetheless. I think that that's what makes it so fantastic, is that this character constantly goes through this stuff and you just really feel for him and you want to just love him and take him in your arms and just feel like my poor baby, because it's so sad. But oh my gosh, it's written so well though, and you just like fall in love with the story and the way that's told, and you just feel so bad. You don't know what to feel. That's the worst part, is you don't know whether to just feel like so in love with the story or so sad because of all the sad things that happen to all the characters. So now that that's out of the way, I want to talk about something a little bit more positive, which is this whole like fun aspect that all of these characters have in the beginning of the book. Basically what I mean by that is I got a lot of feeling of nostalgia reading this book, especially towards the beginning, because there's basically all these kids and outside and they're playing like these different games, and they're just outside and they're like actually going like in their neighborhood and playing like a tag sort of game. Like, I forgot what they called it in the book, but it was basically just sort of like this tag thing, and then they had like a thing with like a baseball, and they had like all these different games, and then there was like the game with the bottle caps. Like, there was all these different things that they did like outside, and that was just so fantastic, because that is like the way that most kids would spend their summer, is like outside with all their friends and playing like a game in the neighborhood. Like, that's what my mom used to do with her summers, and like that's something that just feels so nostalgic, because that's like what summer is supposed to be about. Like, everybody's outside, they're getting a tan, they're enjoying the sun, enjoying the weather, and just having fun. And I just absolutely love that, and I love the nostalgia feel of it, considering that now it is summer and we're starting to get to the point where everyone's getting out of school and we're all going outside and like we're enjoying the sun, and like that's what's supposed to be summer. But everybody's like inside on their phones, or they're like, just nobody knows what it's like to enjoy an actual summer and go outside and do stuff. And I even am at fault with that, because I'm not a big fan of going outside, but I never really have anyone on my block to do anything with or whatever. But like, I loved that feel of just like nostalgia and everyone together and playing these games and feeling like a sense of community and togetherness. And I don't know why, like, that's something that's so little and such a small part of the book, but I loved it, and I think it was just so great. And it's something you see throughout the book, like these games and things that they play, but it's not like it's a big part of the story. It's just something that I really loved. I mean, I think that's pretty much it. I don't know what else to say about this book other than it's just absolutely fantastic, and I absolutely loved it. And obviously 5 out of 5 stars for this book. Just so good. And I absolutely loved it. And I think that's pretty much it for my thoughts. Alright, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. down below, I'll have a whole bunch of links concerning this book and where you can pick it up and where you can pick up Adam's next book, History Is All You Left Me, which comes out January 2017. I'm very excited to pick that book up when it comes out. But I'll be linking a whole bunch of stuff down below concerning Adam Silvera and all of his works if you're interested in checking that out. Also, other videos where More Happy Than Not was featured. So make sure you check all of that out if you are interested. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye!